Hello friends, welcome to Banking Awareness. In this channel, I'll be uploading videos related to banking exams, which will be helpful for you to crack the exams. In this video, I have shortlisted the important material for the current affairs from the month of July. As you all are very much aware that nowadays various questions from the past 3 to 4 months are framed and asked in the current affairs section of the banking exams. This video will help you for the preparation of IBPS PO, clerk, Bank of Maharashtra PO, clerk, RRBs, etc. So let's begin with the first part of the July month. Jawaharlal Nehru Port becomes India's first port to implement logistics data tagging of containers. World's largest chakra unveiled at IGI Delhi Airport. It is 9 feet wide, 17 feet tall, and 30 feet long. Giving a major boost to Namami Gange program, Union Minister of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation inaugurated 231 projects at various locations. NASSCOM, which is also known as National Association of Software and Services Companies, has unveiled India's first center of excellence focused on Internet of Things at its startup warehouse in Bangalore. Women and Child Development Minister Menka Gandhi announced a cyber cell in New Delhi to keep a check in this regard. If they are being abused or harassed on social media platforms, use the hashtag I am trolled help. The Union government launched Operation Sankat Mochan to evacuate the Indians from South Sudan. It was headed by VK Singh, who is the Minister of State for External Affairs. India's first e-court has opened at High Court of Judicature at Hyderabad. It is the common high court for the states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. India and Bangladesh has opened the newly constructed modern integrated checkpost at Petrapol Benapol point of the India-Bangladesh border in West Bengal. Establishment of a new All India Institutes of Medical Sciences AIMS at Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh under the Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana, which is also known as PMSSY, has been approved by the Union Cabinet. Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu has inaugurated 114-kilometer long Rameshwaram Mana-Madurai route as the country's first green rail corridor with zero toilet discharge section. Union Ministers Venkaiah Naidu and Manohar Parrikar unveiled a life-size statue of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam at Paikarambu, his burial site in Rameshwaram, to observe his first death anniversary. The World Health Organization has declared Brazil free of measles after no case of disease was registered in the last year. The Union government has approved nearly 1600 crore rupees for Jammu and Kashmir under Skill Development Initiative, which is known as Himayat. Under this initiative, youths from both rural and urban areas of Jammu and Kashmir would be imparted with training in various job-intensive vocational courses over the next 3 years. The Union Cabinet has approved the establishment of a new AIMS at Bhatinda, Punjab, under the Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. The centre has announced the formation of District Development Coordination and Monitoring Committee in place of the District Vigilance and Monitoring Committee, and to be named Disha for effective implementation of central government. The centre has decided to organize a Make in India conference in Bhubaneswar in December this year. China has hoisted the final piece into position on what will be the world's largest radio telescope, which it will use to explore space and help in the hunt for extraterrestrial life. India has set up an apparel training center in Nigeria to support textiles industry of the Western African country. IMF has announced a $5.34 billion program for Iraq to help strengthen the country's finances hit by the crash in oil prices and fight against the Islamic State group. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has launched SV.co, purportedly world's first digital student incubator, as a digital makeover of the startup village in Kochi. India's first commercial court and commercial disputes resolution center has been inaugurated in Chhattisgarh. Center has decided to allot rupees 400 crore for developing airports at Agra, Allahabad, Kanpur and Bareilly in Uttar Pradesh. The central government has given its nod for renaming Mao railway station in Indore district of Madhya Pradesh after B.R. Ambedkar, as the Dalit icon was born there. Rajasthan has become the first state in the country to introduce minimum wages for part-time workers, which is a very good news. Kerala government imposes 14.5% tax on junk food. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has launched the facility of virtual and digital classrooms across 32 ITIs in the states on the occasion of World Youth Skills Day, which was celebrated on 15 July. He also announced an initiative known as Skill Sakhis for Women Empowerment. Madhya Pradesh is the first state of the country to set up happiness department in the state. Kerala government has launched Kochi Metro project, the first ever water metro project of the country. It was launched by Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan at Kochi, Kerala. Manipur has joined the Uday scheme, which is meant for revival of debt stressed power distribution utilities and will get benefits of around rupees 263 crore, and Manipur has become the 14th state to join Uday. Yoga centers will be opened in all municipal committees, councils and corporations in Haryana. Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu has launched Mission Harita Andhra Pradesh with the theme Green Cover for a Happy Living. The objective of the mission is to increase the green cover in the state by 50% by the end of the year 2029. Central government has sanctioned nearly 620 crore rupees to the Uttar Pradesh as an assistance for the recent drought situation in the state. Linda Burney becomes the first indigenous woman to get elected to the House of Representatives of the Parliament of Australia. Sudarshan Sen has been appointed as the Executive Director of RBI. He will be replacing N.S. Vishwanathan. K.B. Kolivard has been elected as the Speaker of Karnataka Legislative Assembly. The centre has announced the appointment of R. Tirupati Venkataswamy as the Accountant General Economic and Revenue Sector Audit of Tamil Nadu with immediate effect. Principal Secretary of Irrigation Deepak Singhal has been appointed the new Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh. Senior bureaucrat S.K. Kohli has been appointed as Controller General of Defence Accounts. IDFC Mutual Funds has announced the appointment of Mr. Vishal Kapoor as its Chief Executive Officer. Sanjay Gupta has been appointed as the CMD, which is known as Chairman and Managing Director of Konkan Railway Corporation Limited. Tripura Governor Tathagat Roy was sworn in as the acting governor of Arunachal Pradesh. KVR Murthy has become the new CMD of the Jute Corporation. Senior IPS officer Ashok Patnaik was appointed as the CEO of the National Intelligence Grid. Theresa May takes over as Britain's Brexit PM and appoints Boris Johnson as Foreign Secretary. The government has appointed a 1987 batch IAS officer Rajesh Kumar Chaturvedi as the chairman of the Central Board of Secondary Education, which is also known as CBSE, for a 5-year term. Pema Khandu sworn in as the 9th Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, while Chauna Main has been sworn in as the Deputy Chief Minister. An Odisha-born bureaucrat, Guru Prasad Mohapatra, has been appointed as the Chairman of Airports Authority of India. World Bank Group President Jim Yong Kim has appointed Paul Romer as World Bank Chief Economist with immediate effect from September 2016. Turnbull has been sworn as the Australia's new PM, which is known as Prime Minister. Steve Elworthy has been appointed as the Managing Director of 2019 World Cup to be held in England and Wales in 2019. The Western Union appoints Sohini Rajola as its new vice president. The Union government has appointed Ajay Bhushan Pandey as the Chief Executive Officer of Unique Identification Authority of India. Kolkata-based ITC Limited has named Sanjeev Puri as its new Chief Operating Officer. The central government has appointed Dr. Buddha Rashmi Mani as the Director of the National Museum. BJP MP and Anurag Thakur will be commissioned into the Territorial Army as a regular officer. He will be the first serving BJP MP to join the military force. C.K. Mishra, a former IAS officer, has been appointed as the new health secretary. The current chairman of Railway Board, A.K. Mittal, has got an extension to continue for 2 more years. Justice Iqbal Ahmed Ansari was sworn in as the Chief Justice of Patna High Court. Justice Dilip Babasaheb Bhosle was sworn in as the new Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court. The Gujarat government has appointed Dr. Jagdeep Narayan Singh, a Gujarat cadre IAS officer of 1983 batch, as Chief Secretary of the state. Balal village in Kasaurgod district in the state of Kerala is one of the 21 villages selected across the country by the State Bank of India under the SBI Digital Village Initiative. SBI launches 2 new digital offerings. It has partnered with Flipkart to offer its consumer the facility of pre-approved EMI facility on purchases. The bank has also launched a social media banking platform for Facebook and Twitter users called SBI Mingle. This question has been asked in the United Bank of India PO exam and also has been repeated, I believe, in RBI Grade B. So it's an important one. SBI and the World Bank have inked agreements for a $625 billion facility to support grid connected rooftop solar program in the country. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved an increase in foreign investment from the current approved level of 62% to 74%. SBI Cards and Payment Services, the third largest card issuer by the number, has launched a premium card called Elite. Elite is a bundle of service privileges and benefits for high net worth individuals. SBI has signed an MOU with the Indian Institute of Technology and its Society for Innovation and Entrepreneurship of Bombay Technology Business Incubator to promote innovation by startups in the financial sector. HDFC is set to become the first Indian company to sell masala bonds, a rupee denominated bond sold to foreign investors and listed on an overseas exchange. This question has been repeatedly asked in the 3 past exams, which is of United Bank, RBI, and Bank of Baroda. Let's move ahead. The RBI has constructed an inter-regulatory working group to study the entire gamut of regulatory issues relating to financial technology and digital banking in India. The working group will be headed by Sudarshan Sen, Executive Director of RBI, and has 12 members. The Reserve Bank of India has asked banks to exchange up to 20 pieces of soiled currency notes with a maximum value of 5,000 rupees over the counter free of charge. The government has allocated approximately rupees 23,000 crore capital to meet the capitalization needs of 13 public sector banks in the current fiscal. IRCTC has joined hands with the State Bank of India to chalk out a detailed plan for promotion of rail ticketing activities, including internet ticketing and unreserved ticketing system. Corporation Bank has launched a new facility called GreenPin. Mumbai headquartered Axis Bank has stated that the Reserve Bank of India has granted approval for appointment of Sanjeev Mishra as additional director and the non-executive chairman of the bank. ICICI Bank and Axis Bank are the first Indian banks to sign up for SWIFT's Global Payments Innovation Initiative. The Finance Ministry has imposed definitive anti-dumping duty on purified terephthalic acid imports from China, Iran, Taiwan, Indonesia, and Malaysia. The central government employees will get the revised pay based on the 7th Pay Commission from August 2016. The Commission has recommended a 23.55% overall hike in salaries, allowances, and pension, involving an additional burden of rupees 1 lakh crore or nearly 0.7% of GDP. The Union Cabinet has given its approval for raising the foreign shareholding limit from current 5% to 15% in Indian stock exchanges. The government's collections under the sovereign gold bond scheme was realized through the fourth tranche, reached around 920 crore, the highest achieved yet. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please hit the like button and do subscribe our channel for more such videos. Thank you.